As the chairman of this committee, I had a bill handed to me at 2 o'clock today dealing with the incorporation. I had a second bill handed to me at 2:15 today. To be quite honest with you, I doubt any member of the committee has had the opportunity to read either one of the pieces of legislation completely. I'm going to allow at this time Senator Weber to present the legislation.
So on line 11, there were words added. On line 28, the words that say, or pleading guilty or no contest, to. Those words were added. Excuse me. Hello? Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Yes, Harry. No, I did not. This is Dan Weber. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. That was a member of your committee calling me, so I thought I'd better answer it. He thought I had called him earlier, and I had not, so, and he didn't know it was me. Thanks for returning my call, Harry. I was looking around for you, and I thought, should I answer this?
Now,
I guess the chairman will recognize Harry for
now, Harry, that's
Mr. Chairman, I was waiting on a call from another committee. I have to go present a bill.
On page 20, at the very top, excuse me, we got to go back to 19 in that same section. Page 19 at the bottom. Page 30. I'm sorry, did I miss something, Joe? Okay. I know we went back to page 20 or 21 there to address the issue. Where did I leave off? Do you know? I'm sorry, page 30. On page 30, line 9, I'm sorry.
good gosh.
I'm sorry, page 29, lines 18 through 20.
Senator,
Yes.
you stated that the residents would be in support of the increase in property taxes if hypothetically this wasn't, it turned out to be an increase, correct?
If done what he wants, a substantially higher level of service similar to Sandy Springs, there is going to have to be a tax increase, I think. to get to 1.2 police officers per 1,000. If they want something more like Peachtree City, maybe a small tax increase. If they want the current level of service provided by DeKalb, we think that's very feasible and that it can be increased from that. That's why I think it's fair to everybody involved that Dunwoody, if they really want to do a lot more, they're going to have to pay some additional money.
But wouldn't it be equally fair if all the residents in DeKalb County had that opportunity to make that assessment about the permanent CID?
Well, I don't think so. For a person who lives in Dunwoody, the importance of having local control where you work, where you live, where your children go to school is many, many, many times, hundreds of times more important than someone who lives in other parts of the county.
Senator Weber, I guess as we've discussed before, the reason for the rule, and we are going to show you the courtesy that's been requested today. But this process this year is almost identical to the process that happened a year ago where the problems with South Fulton were created, in which we were continuing to look at different pieces of legislation as the session closed. And I have serious reservations about passing a bill to create what would amount to one of the 20 largest governments in the state of Georgia, largest municipal governments anyway, in the time frame that we're being asked to operate under. Representative Butler.
I was just going to tell you that from my personal experience dealing with subject matters very similar to what you're trying to do, I would err on the side of caution about determining whether or not you think you're going to beat the time clock on justice approval. Okay. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble legal-wise. I know because I run into that twice, thinking that it would have come back in 30 days and then did not get that. So you might want to, I hope you're aware of the problems that you could run into, because that may not happen like you hope it happens.
I'm trying to put these two together. Explain it to me, please.
By having the referendum, the public will be aware of the special projects that may be proposed by a future city council or mayor. And the millage rate, it's important for the folks to know how much they're voting to raise taxes, or how much the taxes are being proposed to raise. These are financial accountability measures to keep the city council from implementing tax increases as easily as they could have without the voter approval.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be clear on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As Senator Weber has described, this is a very Republican community, and of course, as such, they like the fiscal responsibility of being able to approve their own tax increases. Strike lines 9 and 10. I move that we strike lines 9 and 10.
Removing the benefits from the elected officials.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a motion?
I move.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Page 17. Page 17 on lines 16 and 17. I'm sorry I have to go through so many documents. There's been so many versions of this legislation.
I understand.
It's hard to track it here. We've had 4 versions in the last 2 days. So just to let you know.
I'm going to, and I know this bill has to pass along with the other one. We've just gotten it today. I'm going to ask that we postpone the consideration. I will do a hearing tomorrow at some point, but give me the opportunity to talk with the legislative council, make sure that we understand exactly what we're doing. We've just gotten this legislation today prior to passing this. I understand that time's short, and I will work with you